All right. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for having me today. You let me know the batting order.
Okay. So we'll just go through a couple of announcements to start and take maybe 5 minutes for that, and then we'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, perfect. Just make sure you give me the screen sharing rights. Oh, I do have them. Perfect.
Yep, you have them.
You did that already. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay. I'll just wait for my turn.
And Christoph, this is our team leader, Anna Kibble.
Anna, hello.
Hi, Christoph. Good to meet you.
Very good to meet you too, virtually.
Absolutely. One of these days, it's going to be face to face again, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm doing bold classes right now. I travel every day to a different bold class, face to face, but we used to do office training. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That come back.
Fantastic. It's so much more efficient to be able to communicate like this. For so many of us, especially right now, we are knee deep in the spring selling season. I feel like we have been since January 1st.
Yeah, I understand.
Spring starts early in Colorado. And the Denver metro area is one of the most popular places in the US for people to be transferring and relocating to. So it's keeping us on our toes.
Very good.
Awesome. Well, welcome everybody. Happy Wednesday. We are going to dive in here. If you're just joining us, this is the team meeting. You are in the right place, and we've got a very special guest today with us. We've got our friends at Landvoice with us, and we've got a handful of announcements. We've got a month of events in front of us. March is shaping up to be a lot of fun. And we know that right now, hands down, you guys are the top professionals in the most highly skilled market of our history. This is a big deal. What you're experiencing right now working with buyers and sellers is unique. It's unlike any other time in real estate, except for last year, right? I mean, so we're repeating some of those pieces, but it's kind of an exacerbated version of that. And you guys are doing an awesome job. And I know that there's some unique opportunities that are presenting us right now as well. So we're excited about bringing some unique solutions to those opportunities to you guys to be able to fill your tool belts as well. Amy, do we have any visuals, or are we just, am I just asking people to pull up their calendar?
Nope, we're just going to ask you to pull up your calendar, and we're going to have you just mark some.
Is now an okay time to?
Now is an okay time to pull up your calendar. So let's go ahead and do that. Pull out your calendar. Obviously, you are here today, so you got the memo, and you're likely looking to increase your lead generation effectiveness, and you're probably curious about Landvoice and how they are going to be able to help you in that arena. So you're in the right place. And tomorrow you'll be in the right place as well. Same Zoom channel tomorrow at 2:00. We're going to be walking through Gary Keller's vision speech from last weekend at Family Reunion. And we're going to be doing this in a very unique watch party slash mastermind format. Where we're going to be taking some snippets of the vision speech, which is an analytical view of what's happened in our past to help determine what's going to happen in the future. Right. So we're going to be taking 2.5 hours worth of material, condensing it down, digesting it together, and much more importantly, working on why is this important to our business? How do I have this conversation with buyers and sellers based on what I now know because of this data? What should I do, right? What action should I take? How should I move forward? So that's tomorrow on Zoom at 2:00. It is a participatory event, right? Obviously, if that is nap time or shower time or whatever 2:00 is in the afternoon for you these days, you're welcome to be a voyeur and participate that way. Yeah, I think you're going to get a lot more out of it. If you're in a spot where you can unmute and you can turn your camera on, and just like we're going to do today as we're working with, is it Christoph? Yes, just like we're going to do today while we're working with Christoph, having our cameras on, having the ability to unmute allows you to be an active participant in this conversation. And I promise you're going to take much more away from it than you will as if it's just running in the background. So join us in that. But right now you've got your calendar out. You're marking 2:00 tomorrow on Zoom for the watch party. We're going to be going through that together. We're going to have a handful of other watch party events as those materials are released. So my advanced apologies. These are going to be short notice. We're a little bit on the fly with this because I don't want to schedule something out next week and then not have the content for that watch party. Okay. So as soon as we know when we're going to be able to do a watch party on it and we have that content available, we're going to let you know for that as well. This Friday is our first power day of the month. If you have not yet participated in a power day, this is an awesome opportunity for you to get the energy, collaboration, and excitement of lead generation amongst peers. We host this on a Zoom format. You're able to hop onto that power day Zoom and live lead generate, call your sphere, do whatever your lead generation looks like with the company of others. The energy that's created, even on a digital platform, even on Zoom for something like that, is unmatched. So definitely make sure you're jumping on the Power Day on Friday. Links for that are going to be in the training calendar and probably in the text message that goes out Friday morning, so that you'll have that available for you as well. I'm looking at next week. We've got a couple of unique events next week. If you work with an administrative professional in your business who does your compliance issues, so a transaction coordinator or administrative assistant, somebody like that who is submitting your files to the office, or if you do this yourself, you're not going to want to miss Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Where we're going to be walking through the how and the why for all of your compliance issues. That's going to be with Donna, our employing broker, who also manages all of the compliance in the office, which sets her up very nicely for a Ask Me Anything event next Wednesday, the 9th at noon. Our very own employing broker, Donna Evans, is going to be coming with a few prepared items for you guys. She's going to be talking about what she's seeing some of the biggest pitfalls are right now, what agents are bumping into, what kind of challenges and opportunities they're having. But then it is open mic, Ask Me Anything time. So this is a great opportunity for you to get face-to-face with Donna and dive into what's going on the risk management side of our business, and poke into, what she's seeing agents do that are as creative and successful, right? What kind of different things are happening that are helping agents to succeed in this market? What are we looking at? Thursday morning, we have a hybrid event that's going to be here in the office, also available on Zoom. Our partners with Homeward will be here talking about creative financing solutions to help your sellers buy before they sell. Let me say that again: to buy before they sell. Has anybody heard the objection? Well, I would list my house right now, but I don't know where I would go. Yes, all the hands go up, right? All of the light bulbs. Perfect. So you're going to put that in your calendar right now. You'll be here, like literally in person, 10 o'clock Thursday morning, or hop on the Zoom if you're pants adverse. But we do require pants in the office. Just a reminder if you haven't been in here in a little while. Ricky's laughing because that reminder was for him. Here we go, guys.
Specifically got called out and he's laughing.
I do feel a little bit attacked. I'm not going to lie.
He feels attacked. Oh gosh.
Well, it's because you're my favorite, right? Everybody else could turn on their camera and they could feel attacked too. It would be okay. I'm just kidding. That's not what happens.
You know what?
When you turn on your camera.
The stuff is getting so deep in my office right now. I'm glad I'm not wearing pants.
And on to the next topic.
Way to run with that. Okay, guys, this is just the beginning of a magnificent march to help increase and enhance your business. We come back the following week, Wednesday the 16th, with our in-person team meeting. That is in person, where we get to celebrate you and your amazingness. Like, did I mention this was a very highly skilled market? Did I mention that you guys were kind of rock stars, right? You're out there achieving at the highest level we've seen in recorded history. You're doing amazing things, and we can't wait to pat you on the back and highlight some of those successes. So we'll see you on the 16th to do just that. Okay, and your calendar's still out. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to find Wednesday the 23rd. And what I'm going to have you do is just from 11:30 on, block that time out. Now, this is Wednesday, the 23rd, starting at 11:30, all the way through 5 o'clock. You're going to want to be in the office. Everybody else is going to be here, so you're going to want to join them. We've got literally an action-packed day. We are starting with international trainer, real estate mogul, and massive mega agent and real estate coach, Mr. Jake Ginger, teaching us a little bit or a lot about unique listing opportunities in this market. Right? What rocks have you not looked under yet? What rocks do you not even know exist? So unique and unconventional sources of listings in your world. Okay. Whose life would be a little bit easier if you took another listing this week, this month, this year? Yes, Christoph's like, yeah, mine would. Absolutely, it would, right? Because then you could pair it up with one of your buyers, right? You could get them off of your back and under contract and keep that puppy to the closing table, right? So we're going to start there. We're going to parlay that into a lunch event and then a panel discussion. And then we're going to wrap that day up with an open house and pickup of your next client appreciation event pop by. Okay, so there are so many reasons you're going to want to be in the office on the 23rd. All day. In fact, if you want to get here early, we'll lead generate together. It'll be a lot of fun. People say it's a good time to be in the same room with me when they're on the phone. I don't know. We can create a contest out of it. Brett's like, it's not a good time. I've done that before. No, it is a good time and it's good for your business too. And quite honestly, I just like miss people, right? We were at this thing in Florida a week ago with like 10,000 other people. And it's so weird to not see you now. I just want to see you back in the office. So everyone will be here on the 23rd. You should be here too. Mark your calendar for that. We have so much more coming up. Those are the big ones that I want you to have on your calendar now. Amy, what did I miss?
You didn't miss a darn thing. You have it nailed down, girl.
That never happens. All right. And so here you go. You have heard all of the words from me today. You don't need to hear any more. I'm going to turn it over to Christoph.
Thank you very much. I could listen to you forever. This is exactly the language that I speak. We are in the most unique market right now. And if you have a unique approach, you can have the best year in real estate and you will leave the competition far behind. So let's talk about how we can overcome a perceived low inventory and get listings now. I say perceived because I already know where the inventory is. So to me, it's actually not low inventory. But I know that the perception is out there. My name is Christoph Malzel. I'm VP at Landvoice. Landvoice has been the top lead provider for seller leads for the past 30 years. We're now in the 31st year of our business. I've been with Landvoice for 10 years and have traveled the whole country, every state, hundreds of Keller Williams offices and countless bold classes to help agents at Keller Williams have the data and the leads they need to get more listings. So we got to talk about exactly that right now. Step by step, what you can do to, right after this webinar, actually, to start putting together a plan how you can get 2 to 3 deals extra every month closed that you otherwise wouldn't have had. I would invite you to participate. And that is so important on webinars nowadays. Sometimes we just passively listen and think that was interesting. But if you chat, if you interact, if you even interrupt, if you even say, you know, I have to say something right now, feel free to do that. Also, I want you to write down this phone number. That is our phone number for the webinars. Our assistant is actually standing by, getting text message from you. You can text us your zip codes, your counties, your areas, your questions, and we get back to you personally, one-on-one, with the data that pertains to your zip codes and to your counties. Okay, so that is a free service that we provide to do a free data lookup for you. And of course, you want to take notes and just keep it interactive. The first interaction here is write down this website, landvoice.com/free downloads. It is of no use if I rattle off a couple interesting scripts and then afterwards you forget about them, or you say, oh, so again, that sounded pretty good, but I don't know where it is. Well, it's right here, PDF format, even videos, even an ebook you can download. Okay. So I did, in preparation for this webinar, I looked at Douglas, Jefferson, and Arapahoe County. I wanted to see what's moving the needle. Do you guys have the same niche opportunities that I have in my market? I'm just across the mountain range. I'm in Utah. And yes, we have a very, very similar situation. I think yours is even a little more defined than ours. So I found 5 easy and predictable listing sources for you to get listings right now. And some of them are very obvious. Others are a complete niche. They were not there as strong before COVID. And the first one I want to talk about are daily expires. And I really want to hammer this home because we got into the habit of ignoring expires over the last 2 years because we thought, oh, there are hardly any. There's still so many agents and very few expires. There's absolutely no reason or no chance that I can get a listing out of an expired because I'm never first. And that's exactly the point. I'm going to show you how you can be first and win big with daily expireds. And they are back. Expireds are the ideal lead source, especially in this market right now. A listing taken is a listing sold, right? So if you are, I don't want to say lucky, but if you're smart enough to snatch an expired listing, you will sell that home. Okay, the previous agent, I don't know why it didn't happen, but it should have. They are the ideal lead source. They want to sell a house. They have one hand in there for that. And they're willing to pay somebody commission, an agent. They want to use an agent. So not a bad lead source to go after. And here's an important statistic. NAR tells us that 70% relist with another agent. And if you were at Keller Williams Family Reunion, Gary just told us that 82% end up listing with the first agent to contact them. 82%. So what does it tell us? It's more about timing than we may have thought. So here's how Landvoice becomes not only optional, but if you want to be first, really crucial, essential, because without the phone number, you cannot be first. It's impossible to be the first every single morning to an expired if you are still doing research and looking at phone numbers. And in my opinion, there are 2 ways to approach our business. One is I'm doing 2 things, right? I'm doing my research and I look for numbers. I turn over every stone to find the phone number and scrub against the do not call and everything. I do it all by myself because I want to save money. I don't want to pay anybody. Or I just grab that data from somebody who already has it and has it systematized. So I get it every morning, right? So either we do research or we go on listing appointments. That's really what it boils down to. And Landvoice will help you to go on listing appointments because every morning by 7 o'clock a.m., in fact, by 6 o'clock a.m., we filter in all the brand new daily expireds from your MLS into the Landvoice platform, complete with a name, the address, the phone number, scrubbed against the do not call registry. That alone is crucial because one violation to call somebody on a DNC and they turn you in and effectively prosecute you, I mean, it's $40,000, right? So if you don't have a provider that scrubs against the DNC automatically, you owe it to yourself to protect yourself to get that. Another thing that we do is we scrub every day against the daily status update, because again, you cannot call somebody who is active, an active listing, right? So you want to know if it's expired, active, or sold. That changes every day if there's a change. And finally, the calendar. It is so important that we don't only focus on the daily expires, but also on the old expires. I reserved a whole segment on that because I'm not talking about from last week, which is still being, pursued by a lot of agents, but a little bit older than that. So, something I should mention, we also give you a daily lookup for absentee owner information. So if that property is now rented out or occupied by someone else but the owner, we give you the address and name of the absentee owner, right? So that is something so important right now because especially in Colorado, where you have to have so many second home owners, so many vacation rentals, that you really don't want to call on a renter but you want to call on the homeowner. For them, it's an incredible opportunity today to put the second home on the market, and they don't even have to look for a second home for another home to move into because they already live somewhere. So we give you all the information. That is one of the great niches right now. So let's summarize. Timing is everything. The first of the month is actually the most important expired day of the entire month, naturally, because listings expire at the last day of every month. And so on the first, you have about 7 to 10 times as many expired than on any other day of the month. But you want to get in the habit of calling expired every single day. I'm just saying, be ready on the first. Don't take a vacation. And if you do have to, make sure that you have your assistant, your ISA, make those calls. Be the first to contact. Okay, that is, I cannot stress it enough. And then I cannot stress enough how important it is to actually keep on leading with value. You heard that many times. And with expired, just because they're desperate to sell the house and because a house will sell fast and with multiple offers does not mean that we have to come in a hurry in our conversation. In my opinion, you don't have to say the first words, or let me tell you why I'm the better agent. You still want to lead with value. That's what people got used to during COVID, that real estate agents reached out, gave them a lot of valuable information. Let's continue that. It does work. So here's a script that I recommend and that I use, and I would invite you to use it as well. Hi, this is Christoph, a realtor with Keller Williams Realty. And this is for an expired, right? I'm calling you first thing this morning to let you know you're gonna get a lot of calls today. As you probably know, your listing expired as of midnight last night. Did your previous agent tell you what would happen after your listing expires? Well, I'm gonna give you a couple important tips that will really help you to get through today and the rest of the week, because today alone, you may be getting about 30 to 50 phone calls on every phone number an agent can find for you. It's gonna be crazy today. So I have a couple of tips that help you to minimize and diffuse the amount of phone calls you're getting and really maintain your privacy. Are you ready for that? I wanna just give you those tips. They will take you serious. And that is now building up a relationship of trust, right? Oh, they have something for me, that's different, you know? And if you're the first one, wow, you just sound different than any other agent who comes after you. So tip number one, this is about blocking your competition, by the way. You tell the expired to record a voicemail on the cell phone, inform every agent that calls that you know your listing expired, and you would appreciate it if they stop calling because you're already interviewing your top 2 agents. Pretty clever, right? You're one of those agents, and the other agent is the previous agent, right? So that is how you block a lot of competition. I don't have to tell you that a lot of real estate agents who call later know when they hear that this person has been coached, and they typically put it on the cold side, and you will be able to get the listing without other people calling. Tip number 2, inform the homeowner that the number is not on the national do not call registry, which is why you call them on that number. Sometimes we make the do not call our enemy, right? He said, oh my gosh, it's on the do not call, or oh, I'm so lucky it's not on the do not call, and we don't mention anything about the do not call. But what we can do is we can actually block the competition right after we call to make sure that number now is put on the do not call. So recommend the expired that they go to donotcall.gov and register all the phone numbers. Send them a separate text message with that website. They will appreciate it. Whether they implement it or not, it doesn't matter. Really, that's really up to them. But let me turn that off really quick. That's really up to them. But by virtue of giving them that information, they will listen to the next tip. They will not hang up on you. They will say, thank you. And the next tip now really goes into getting that listing appointment. Tell them that you have a side-by-side analysis ready for the seller, outlining what you would do better than the agent who let the listing expire. And in your opinion, that listing should have never expired. There must have been a couple things that went wrong. Look at the photos, look at their description. Is it something that you can jazz up, right? Put that in the report. Have they done drone videos? Do you have drone videos? Have they done a virtual tour? Do you have one? Did they have a call capture recording about the property to help get those buyers who have caller reluctance, right? Who would rather listen to a voicemail. It doesn't matter what it is, but whatever the previous agent didn't do, you want to show in that report that this is what you have. And then just simply ask for the listing appointment. If they stayed on with the phone for you for 2 or 3 tips, you basically got the listing appointment. You just say, I have this report ready. I can drop it off right now, over this afternoon or evening work better for you. Guys, it's not too hard. All right, we don't have to make it harder than it has to be. And you can do that all by blocking the competition like I just explained. The average client of ours who follows this formula, this strategy, gets about 2 to 3 deals a month right now from expireds, even though there are not that many, but they are back, right? They are coming back. Now, 2 or 3 deals is great. But in this market, and like Anna earlier said, we live in the most unique market, especially if you develop some skills. 2 or 3 deals is not enough. You can actually do better, and I want you to do better. I want you to get listings every month from all expireds, at least for the first, second quarter of this year. Okay, that's when the all expireds is the biggest opportunity right now. And I'm talking about all expireds from a couple of years ago, back when inventory was a lot higher and the home values were lower. Those are expireds that gave up on the market because they didn't get the offer that they wanted. They may not know the current value of the home, and there's virtually no competition the further you go back. My favorite year to go back, and that may be a surprise to some of you, I just ask you to trust me on that. Douglas County, for instance, in 2019, the average home price was $524,000. Today, it's $765,000, an appreciation of 46%. $241,000. In some areas in Colorado, we have over 50%. You are really leading the nation, along with some areas in California, in the highest appreciation, steepest appreciation ever. Okay, so I like to show homeowners a graph. Back in 2019, when you had your home last on the market, you were right here. Today, you're at the highest value ever in history of real estate. And things are already changing. It is the best time to wait to sell right now. Don't wait until something changes again. Same in Arapahoe County and in Jefferson County. Look at this, $203,000 appreciation. That is a nice little reward for having waited since 2019. Also, especially think about all the second homeowners who had the home on the market back then, but today they would be getting so much more. You want to know who they are and educate them on the current value of the home. The reason why they hadn't put the home on the market yet, it's not like it used to be, that we're waiting for the next year. They did wait for the next year, but what happened in 2020? COVID hit. What happened in 2021? They barely thought, is it over? Well, let's wait a little bit longer. And most of them who waited until 2022, they already know by the whole feeling of the market and everything, this is a year. There's no more objection. This is it. Okay, so I would like you to understand that the opportunity with daily expireds is low inventory, a lot of competition, but you can still get 2 or 3 deals a month by overcoming the competition if you call them first. And you get the phone number, Scrubber gets you a call with absentee owner information from Landvoice. If you want to list a lot more homes right now, at the old expireds from 2019, even 2018, I have some agents that go back even further than that. And of course, 2020 and 21, you don't want to leave those out naturally, but 2019 is the first one I look at. Here's what we do at Landvoice for you. We're the only company in the US that has a patented technology that does the following really cool thing. We remove automatically all the foreclosures, actives, and solds that happened since the home last expired. For all expireds, right? And we add a cell phone number, absentee owner lookup, and the favorite part, we make it exclusive to only 1 agent per zip code and year. Let's say you have a favorite zip code, you want to do the all expireds, but you hope that nobody else is calling those. Simply let us know what the zip codes are. We reserve it for you. It will be yours. And we scrub the list down to the bone. We give you all that information. And let's say you get 50, maybe 60, 70, who knows, many leads who have not sold yet. And we know that every 3rd person that you call, if you call 2-3 years back, does not know the exact current value of the home. They haven't spoken with a realtor for a couple of years. It's an incredible opportunity. It's a nichiest niche I know of right now, and the easiest way for our top producers across the country to get listings right now. So the secret is out. That this is it, guys. So the script that I would like you to try out is, and see, if you want to change it to your personality, but this is what I use. Hi, my name is Christoph. I'm a realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Looks like you tried selling your home back in 2019. I actually specialize in bringing homes back on the market today that didn't sell in the last couple of years. Did you know that home prices have risen a lot since you took your home off the market? Have you thought about selling your home again? I would love to provide you with a free home evaluation and show you some comparable houses that recently sold in your area. I think you would be surprised at what you can sell for right now. I'm rattling this off, but make it a conversation, right? You basically, the whole point is you position yourself as an expert to bring the homes back from 2019, which no other agent does it as good as you. That is your specialty. That's why you call. And then say, I have this report ready and I can drop it off right now or this afternoon or evening work better for you. So don't be surprised if they call you on that right away and say, yeah, you can drop it off right now. Make sure you have the report ready before you make that phone call. So, and don't miss a boat on that. The best time to do it is actually right now. We actually predict that by probably the end of April, May, most old expires from 2019 will have listed or will be active with an agent. Right? Some of them may have changed their mind, but those who wanted to sell back then, they will put the home on the market this spring. So don't be like the dinosaurs who get left behind. That is not a good strategy. Now, I want to help you pick the right zip codes and see if they're even available. Because like I told you, for all expires, we make it exclusive, one agent per zip code a year. So let's do a little exercise. You can text right now during this webinar your top 4 zip codes to my assistant. We do a free lookup for you. We look at the appreciation, see if that is a good choice. Actually, in your area, I doubt that will be ever an objection. And we let you know if any other agent is actually doing all expired in that year in that zip code. And that is very valuable information. And then we tell you approximately how many leads we will find for you there. So text them to 801-582-9459 right now. I give you a second to write this phone number down. And while I talk, you can start texting us. Okay. You will get the most out of this if you do that, because we do that data lookup for free for you. So now for sale by owners. For sale by owners is one of those niche opportunities that everybody is talking about right now. Gary Keller mentioned it again at Family Reunion. He said, we have to go back to do what made us big with Keller Williams. And those are expires and for sale by owners. So for sale by owners is, of course, one of those predictable lead sources that are consistent, and they have never been more confident than right now in this market, where they think they can sell on their own really easily, but they find out that they still need a realtor. And you could make a mistake just right at the beginning, the way you look for sale by owners. It puts you right away behind other agents. If you do the research yourself, you find them on Zillow.com, for sale by owner.com, and Craigslist, and then drive around the neighborhood to take pictures. I mean, that's the worst, right? There's a much easier way. That's a job within a job. But like I said earlier, you're not in the business to do research and always come in second. You want to be first. So here's how we help you at Landvoice to be first. Every morning by 6 o'clock, we filter in all the new for sale by owners that occurred in your area the previous day. If they put their ad in there at 10 o'clock at night, by midnight, we grabbed it and put it into your system, and you have it by 6 o'clock in the morning. You see if it ever changes, like maybe the next day it's already listed with somebody, or expired, or is canceled, or sold. We do a status update, so that will help you a lot. Of course, we give you the phone number and we scrub it against the do not call registry. When you click on here, you can even see the ad. So to be very purposeful and really personable when you call them, and you want to read the ad before, and then we let you sort by zip code, be really, really targeted. I actually like to search by price. I just simply click on price and put the highest value fishbowl first, because it's the highest commission for me. And I want you to do that too. And here's our trusted calendar. And that right now is your most important tool that Landvoice provides you. I would adjust the calendar to 6 months back. That's how far you can go back with Landvoice to capture all the for sale by owners that have slipped through the cracks over the last 6 months. And believe me, they are there. There are a lot. Let's look at this. In the last 60 days, you have in your top 3 counties that we talk about, 141 for sale by owners in your market area. Now, if I just adjust my calendar to a little bit further back, now I capture 412. Right now, I'm actually out here. I'm in Huntsville, Alabama right now, doing a bowl class tomorrow. And in bold, as you know, many Keller Williams agents want to have a bold 100 day where they call 100 contacts a day or text them. Now you can actually have 4 days of bold 100 just with the last 6 months of for sale by owners. And there's no end to even imagine how many listings you can get out of this if you had all the time in the world, right? So you can be very busy. You can have a very strong year, even if you just focus on for sale by owners. And that is if you have the right approach, because we know that most for sale by owners end up listing with an agent. Right now, it's actually in the 90 percentile that a for sale by owner ends up listing with an agent. But we also know that if we have the wrong approach, we get right away toddler feedback. No, I do it myself. Cute with a toddler, horrible. For a for sale by owner, if we hear that all the time, we have to call 100 just for one of them to be open-minded, right? So how can we overcome that? Listen, click. It is again with value and being different. Tony Robbins tells us if you add the value, you become the brand. Find a way to add more value than anyone else. I know that you have all have heard different value approaches for sale by owners. So I'm going to share a value approach now that you may not have heard. That is winning big. In fact, that is an approach that I recommend you to use and to explore, because right now in this market, if you do this, it speaks to for sale by owners. You need to speak the language. I think it was Zig Ziglar who said, if you treat other people the way they want to be treated, if you give them what they want, they will give you what you want. Okay, so what can we do? We could say, hi, I'm Christoph. I'm a real estate agent with Keller Williams. And before you hang up, I'm actually not calling to get a listing from you. In fact, I know that you want to list a house, sell the house on your own. I respect that. I totally get it. What I would like to do is I would like to give you a 24/7 for sale by owner marketing system, absolutely free. You don't have to sign any contract with me or any other agent. I just want to give you this system. This system is designed to help you generate a lot more buyers, track all your incoming buyer leads, and never miss an opportunity to follow up. And they're getting curious right now, right? It's like, wow, what's the catch there? Well, the system even pre-qualifies buyers for you. Wow, now they say, oh my gosh, that is one of the struggles I'm going to have. I already know that. I don't want to take looky-loos through my house. So it gets better and better as you go on, right? And I give you the system absolutely free. And I know what you're thinking. What's a catch? There must be a catch. There's no way all of this can be for free. So what are they getting? What are you getting out of this? And you just want to wait for that question, because that's exactly the next step. Well, there is a catch. There is something that's in it for me. That's actually a win-win. I'm going to text you a short 1.5-minute video that explains exactly what you get out of this system and what I get out of this. So let me text you this video. You're going to send them the link, and this is what they're going to watch. Here we go.
So you want to sell your home on your own? Great. Here's how I can help you sell your home without listing with me or any other agent, and I'll help you for free. I will give you access to a technology that is currently being used by the top agents in the country to sell houses faster and at higher prices than ever before. Here's how it works. I will give you your very own toll-free number with unlimited extensions to use on your ads, flyers, yard signs, social media, or anything else you use to advertise your property. This will drive significantly more potential buyers and free up your time in the process. For example, put this new toll-free number and extension on your for sale by owner sign. When a buyer calls the 800 number and enters the extension for your property, they will hear a beautiful property commercial I've had professionally recorded for you for free. Now, at the end of this recording, the buyer will hear your asking price and have the opportunity to press a button to speak with you directly, set up a showing, or submit an offer. And here's the really cool part. When the buyer hangs up, the system captures their information and the extension they called, then you receive an instant text message or email with that information. Now, if you want, you can follow up with that buyer at the peak of their interest. I will also give you a professionally created property flyer with your photos, property information, and your new 800 number for free. You can print this or use this flyer to post your house on websites like Facebook or Craigslist. All this marketing will open your house to many more buyers and help you sell your home faster and for more money. The best part about this is that you don't need any extra hardware or software. All you need is your cell phone. You are probably wondering why I do all this for free. Well, Since only one buyer can purchase your home, I would like to work with the rest of the buyers who don't purchase your home. I get to help them buy other homes in the area. See how this system can help both of us? You sell your home on your own, and I get access to more potential buyers and sellers. In addition, working together will give me an opportunity to demonstrate to you the value I can bring in helping you sell your home. So if you ever do decide to list with an agent, I'd like to be the first considered. I know you will love this technology. It's simple, fantastic, and it works. If you're ready, let's get started.
Isn't that cool? Imagine how you would feel if you suddenly can make phone calls to, let's say, 10 for sale by owners, and 5, 6, 7, 8 of them say, oh, free, I'll take that, right? And what you're doing, you're creating a three-way alliance with them between you, the mortgage lender, and that for sale by owner without even asking for the listing. And before you know it, they will become your listing. First, you give. Second, you ask. Third, you receive, not the other way around. So let the video do the work. You don't have to explain all that what I just explained. Simply send them the link. Let me show you how I can help you sell your home for free. And they will watch the video. And most of them that you call back who have watched it are going to say, okay, yeah, can you come by for a demo? That's a typical one. Or how do you pre-qualify the buyers? Or is this for real? Is there really no contract? No, that's the most common one, actually. They want it, but they are just wondering, do you have to sign anything? They don't. So you get that video for free at landvoice.com/free downloads. You can download it right there. And even an ebook that shows you step-by-step how to do that. Again, a very easy, fun approach. So not only do we provide leads at Landvoice to make sure that you're first to call them, we also provide you the marketing solutions to make you look like a rock star without adding more work to you. In fact, to minimize the time you have to spend on that marketing. So what we do is, as soon as you have a for sale by owner, you go to our app, you click notify us, I have an appointment, and we whip up a for sale by owner ad. We put your favorite mortgage lender right here at the bottom. And there's a special reason why. That system actually will capture that lead and send it to the for sale by owner, right? That's the whole point. But it will also send that lead as a text message to you and your mortgage lender, so that the mortgage lender can pre-qualify those buyers. Not only for the for sale by owners, but also for you, right? So you have pre-qualified buyer leads. And the for sale by owner, of course, they love it. So you also get, you drop off a for sale by owner sign for them. We make sure that you have about 5 signs in your garage, so they never need to wait on that. And we record a special property commercial at that recording, at that number, right? At that extension. And that recording that we record for the for sale by owner will sound like a Super Bowl commercial. They've never heard anything like that. They just say, oh my gosh, I could have never done this myself. And then the flyer, of course, they can also post in Facebook, Instagram, and for sale by owner.com, wherever they want to do it. Okay, you want to provide value. And you're probably thinking right now, well, am I enabling them to sell the home on their own? On the contrary, you actually create this relationship, a constant stream of buyer leads, and you become the #1 resource if they have a question. And they have questions right away. Oh, I know I have talked to this buyer yesterday. They have a question about interest rate or about this term, which I don't understand. They feel comfortable with you because you didn't ask for the listing. They know that you're after the buyers who don't want to end up buying a home. They're becoming more and more impressed with you. And sometimes even at the first conversation, before you even give them all that stuff, they say, wow, what else do you do? That's pretty cool, because now they listen to you. They didn't hang up and say, call me in 3 weeks, right? So, and oftentimes you I have a lot of clients that get the listing appointment immediately, and actually it never becomes a for sale by owner listing. It becomes right away your listing. So to move on, here's the app that I told you about, where you can request the marketing material, but you also, if you want to do it on your own, you can record your own property commercial, and you capture all the buyer leads down to the duration of the call and what they called on the Facebook ad, Craigslist ad. You will always know where this buyer calls from. And so will the for sale by owner. There's also helpful training. And of course, you generate so many buyer leads that you now have a list of pre-qualified buyer leads that will help you out with anything else that you do. When you talk to an expired and they ask you, do you have buyers? Or you want to maybe put a sign writer below your regular listing sign, right, with an 800 number, to really capture the attention of those who have caller reluctance. They rather listen to a property commercial than calling a salesperson. So use that 800 number, that system, for about just anything, how you advertise your properties. Make sure you download our scripts and the ebook that I told you about, 10 listings in 7 days, at the same link that you already took down earlier. That is a step-by-step guide to work with FSBOs and expireds with that call capture system. Now I want to, our second to the last listing source, I want to talk a little bit about pre-foreclosures. It is one of those huge niche opportunities that you have right now in your area, because the moratorium that has come to an end now gives us an influx, a wave of so many pre-foreclosure leads that right now are in the market to either refinance a home, talk to the banker, talk to the seller. Many of them, they will not get out of this. It will go into foreclosure, and some of them will sell to an investor at a lower price. We want those for sale by owners, pre-foreclosure that are coming in to list with you, so you can help them and list it at the highest price possible, so they can really come out of the winner. And many of them now actually have equity, right? That they didn't have like 2 years ago when they became a pre-foreclosure. So at Landvoice, you give us the top counties, we give you the name, address, phone numbers, scrubbed against the do not call, and we give you a calendar. And that is an important thing right now in this market. You want to adjust the calendar back to the beginning of the moratorium. And I did that actually. Took me about 20 seconds. And here's how many pre-foreclosures I found in the Landvoice system in your area. It blew me away. I'm going to show you. 2,472. So again, if you think, oh, I don't know who to call next, should I call my sphere? Should I do some cold calling? Of course, that is all important. Call your sphere. However, there are a lot more motivated sellers out there, especially among all those pre-foreclosures that you can call right now. And we give you all that information. There's no excuse that you can say, I don't have the number, or I don't know the particulars about them. We give you everything that you see down here in those 3 lines. So when you call a pre-foreclosure, don't make the mistake, because you can lose them really fast if you just call them out and say, you are my pre-foreclosure list. That is the quickest way to lose that type of lead, because it's very offensive, right? I actually would hang up if somebody would call me and I would be in pre-foreclosure. I would say that is creepy. I don't want people to know about my financial things. That is actually very rude. So Christina Griffin of Keller Williams, Tampa, Florida, she developed 2 scripts that she uses every time. I'm going to show you those in a second. She's getting about 67 closings every quarter from pre-foreclosures. Gary Keller had asked her to do pre-foreclosure classes throughout the pandemic to prepare us all for this time we are in right now, to work pre-foreclosures efficiently. And these are the 2 simple scripts that she is teaching. Hi, I'm calling every neighbor in my neighborhood right now because home prices are up. If you were offered the right price for your home, would you be willing to sell? Isn't that simple? But remember, you're targeting a pre-foreclosure. Of course, they thought about how much is my home worth? Would I sell if I get the right offer? Another script that Christina has. I know your home isn't for sale right now, but have you ever thought about selling? You can use it as a text message, a pop-by, write it on a Post-it note. I would just simply call them if they're not on the do not call and use that script. You have thousands right now in the Landvoice platform. You can get so many listings right now. In fact, it's incredible what you can do with an amount of pre-foreclosure leads that you have. So for that reason, we put together a video for you, also a script that you can download, and so that you can do it right. The video will show you step by step really what to do with a pre-foreclosure without offending them, but of getting the listing. Lastly, I want to talk about geofarming, and then we are almost at the very end. Geofarming is the most important way if you want to turn a listing into 2 or 3, because most neighborhoods, when you list a house or you have an open house, they have another 2 or 3 sellers in that 1.5 mile radius that will sell because of an activity that happens smack middle right here. And whether that listing is yours or your competition, it doesn't matter. As soon as you see that something is happening, you want to target the neighbors, because listings have babies. Okay, people watch what's happening. In fact, if you have an open house, you want to do a neighborhood only, a private showing, by invitation. So now the question is, if you want to contact the neighbors, you of course need neighborhood data. And how can you get that? Because you may have, let's say, 3,000, 9,000 people in your database that over the years you put in there. Are the phone numbers still good? Did you account for all the move-in, move-outs? The answer is probably no. You know, I actually noticed that a lot of postcards are coming back, or a lot of phone calls from a campaign. There's somebody else there, and I embarrass myself for not knowing the name. So we developed for the last 2 years, and we did that very hard during the pandemic, because we wanted to have this out when the pandemic comes to an end, the all new neighborhood search of Landvoice that will give all that information in your neighborhood to you at your fingertips. I'm going to play the short video so you can see all the features that we put into this neighborhood search tool that we have for you.
It takes a lot of work to become the trusted real estate agent in the neighborhood. You really need to know a lot about the area and be connected with everyone. That's easy with the new neighborhood search from Landvoice. Neighborhood search makes it simple to create prospecting and marketing lists in specific neighborhoods to build connections, establish trust, and fill your sales pipeline with potential buyers and sellers. In just a few clicks, you'll have a list of homeowner names, addresses, property details, and phone numbers, so you can do what you do best: connect. You'll see if it's a home or mobile number, and all phone numbers on the National Do Not Call Registry are indicated. Use the built-in search filters to narrow your search to specific types of properties or property features to help you focus your time on the properties or homeowners that matter to you most right now. Neighborhood search is perfect for finding new clients and for finding current contact information to reconnect with your past clients. Use neighborhood search to create targeted mailing lists to let neighbors know of your new listings or properties you just sold. Advertise your open houses or for branding campaigns. Use it to identify new buyers, sellers, and investors to build your sphere of influence in a specific neighborhood. You can even export your lists and add them to your favorite CRM, marketing system, or mailing tool. Organize your list right in the application. Use notes, tags, and favorites to keep track of your interactions and your followers. Landvoice Neighborhood Search arms you with the data you need to become the trusted real estate expert in your neighborhood.
If you're a brand new agent and you don't even have a farm, if you say, I need to select a farm, you're already on the right track, because it's all about selection in real estate. You can select the wrong farm and get all the contact information, and it wouldn't get you anywhere because nobody is selling the house in that particular neighborhood. So when you make a selection, select a geographic area that has about a 6% turnover rate. Your office, a market center, can help you to find that, and also your MLS and your associations. Then start with 500 homes. I would not even go, to a couple thousand homes. I would start with 500 because that's already 30 people who are going to be selling their home in that area within a year. If you have a track record already, you expand your neighborhood around those properties. So you draw your boundary at Landvoice around those properties. And what you get is the name, the address, scrubbed against the Do Not Call Registry. And my favorite part here is right now, owner occupied, yes or no, especially in your area that's invaluable right now to contact those neighbors who actually, who are absentee owners, renters, and so on. You want to call those that are most likely to sell. Then we give you 3,000 monthly search results. All right, that means you can add 9,000 people in 1 quarter to your database, or refresh your database of a couple thousand with all the new information. And you can do that over and over and over again, because once you're a Landvoice client, there is no charge for doing 1 or 2 or 3,000 lookups every month. I don't have to tell you that the agent who has the most data, the best data, and connects with those people is the most powerful agent. It's for a reason that Gary Keller always says, your database is your business, and your business is your database. So work on your database, make sure it's accurate, and you connect with them. We will train you exactly how you can turn 1 listing or 1 open house that you have into 2 or 3 more deals. So we put all this together in Landvoice for you. You of course know that we have an offer for you, that we want to make this data available to you, not just give you training. So we give you the expireds, the daily expireds, with unlimited expireds in your area. 3,000 neighborhood search lookups included. For sale by owners, normally only 2 counties and pre-foreclosures. For this webinar, I want to do something special for you. So we're gonna double that. You can choose up to 4 counties. Each additional county normally is $100 a year. I'm gonna throw 2 in for you for free. Then we're gonna give you that marketing system, call capture. So you don't have to do all the work with marketing. That is all done at Landvoice for you. And the old expires. And that is right now the nichiest niche that there is. I'm gonna throw that in as well. We call that the elite bundle. You can see on the left, everything that's included, even the training. And if you go to our website, you'll see that it's $2,000 a year. And that's a great price because one listing, the first listing that you have will pay for that for years. However, during this time, people also got used to, oh, you know, there must be a deal, right? We just had family reunion. I'm gonna give you a better deal than family reunion at this webinar. I'm gonna take $900 off. Family reunion was $16.97. For today only, you get it for $10.97. And if you did buy that family reunion for $16.97, call me and we're gonna prorate it for you. We're going to add 3 months to you, okay? I have 7 seats available at that price for today. So make sure you text me the word elite and I will consider this for you and put you at one of those 7, 801-582-9459. You get a call back from myself or from Hunter or from Alex, and we're gonna make sure that you're one of those new elite clients. And from that moment on, we want to help you turn that data into listings. We also give you for the first 7 a free old expired zip code and year. You know, normally $250 for 0. So there's nothing lower than zero, of course, and that is exclusive. And there's a simple reason why I'm doing this, because I know that you will get a listing out of every zip code in Colorado that you have, because we guarantee a minimum of 25 leads, and statistically, we always get a listing out of 25 old expireds, right? So we want to make sure that you get that opportunity and that chance to get more listings. Now, I asked actually Cody Gibson to talk a little bit about leverage, and we recorded it. He's talking about leveraging people, leveraging time, but most importantly, how can we leverage dollars, especially if you have limited resources, right? So here's Cody Gibson really quick on leverage. It's just a minute long.
Hi, I'm Cody Gibson. One of the things that we talk about a lot in our space of real estate is the idea of leverage. And we talk about leveraging people, we talk about leveraging time, we talk about leveraging tools and systems and models, and all of that's great. You know, one of the things that I think we overlook is we overlook the idea of leveraging dollars, money. And there's an idea of return on investment, ROI. Now, what I want you to consider is I want you to consider who you're partnering with, because who you're in business with matters. One of the people that we're in business with is Landvoice. Landvoice, we work with in nearly 100 cities across the country. If it works for us, I know it's going to work for you. What I want you to consider is this, though. Even with the highest or the largest platforms that Landvoice even sells, you're talking $1,000, $1,500, $1,800 a year for the data and the systems to be able to use Landvoice. I want you to consider how much of an employee you could have for $1,200 or $1,500 or $2,000 a year. You're right, you wouldn't have an employee for more than a week or 2 or 3 weeks at that level. And I want you to think about leveraging the dollars. And you know, we get really weird sometimes. I've been in your shoes for almost 20 years. We get really weird about some of the things we'll spend money on. And frankly, some of the things we spend money on doesn't make any sense at all. And some things we ought to spend money on, we don't. And you know, one of the things that you're gonna get is that if you're a real estate agent like me, you understand the idea of for sale by owners. You understand talking to somebody that they say, I'll just do it myself and I'll save the money. And you know in your heart of hearts, you know that's a horrible decision. And you could say, gosh, if you only knew what I knew, you would know how ridiculous that sounds. Well, you know what? Most of you, my friends that are real estate agents, you are the biggest for sale by owners that roam the earth, because what you do is you help for sale by owners, and then you go back to your own business and act like one. And you go, oh, I'll just find the data myself. Oh, I know what to do. I'll just go and do it. Well, that's not going to work. You know it's not going to work. And if it does, it'll work for a couple of days. It won't work for a career. Listen, I want you to work with someone, and I can't better recommend someone than who I spend my own money on. And I think that at the end of the day, we all get one vote. And the vote that we get is where our money goes. And I'm a client of Landvoice. I use them. We work hard with them. We get the data every single day. They don't know how to not send it to us, and it's a system that we use. If it works for me, I know it'll work for you. Check it out.
So with that, we came to the end of our webinar. I mean, I really like what Cody Gibson said, you know, we need to leverage everything that we have right now. Money is scarce, but it can be there. And we want to help you to get there, get those profits right now by getting listings. Invest wisely. And I hope I put the price as low as possible for you. Here's a number again. If you haven't texted us already, make sure you do so. And also, if you want to give us a feedback on this training, scan this code or go to landvoicetraining.com/survey, and we draw, as a thank you, we draw winners out every single week for $20 Amazon gift card. Well, with that, Anne, back to you. Thank you very much for having stayed on this webinar, everybody. I hope this was very helpful.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you. Any questions? Maybe I should go through the chat box really quick to see if there are questions. Oh, Anna Kibble, you actually, and I'm glad you put that in there, 138 expired in the last 7 days. Have we seen that during the pandemic earlier? No, that's why I said it's coming back. We have to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, this number is right now it's the highest it's been since the beginning of the year, which is interesting, right? Because January 1st, of course, that's like expired Christmas, right? Yeah. Everything expires on January 1st. Also, don't do that. You can end your listing contracts any single day ever. You get to choose. Don't make it the last day of the month. Give yourself a fighting chance of relisting it the day after. Don't make it the last. Anyhow, I digress. Yeah, a lot of expireds right now.
Well, thank you very much, Anne, for having me on today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I know I got a ton of value from this. We're taking some of the downloads. The scripts were phenomenal. And more than that, the systems involved with that. And I'm sure all of our talented real estate agents on the call, your wheels were turning too. How else could I use that? Right? How else, right? I've got this buyer that we've just written 8 offers for. How can I use some of these tools to also help get them under contract? How can I use that to find their next property, right? I mean, there's so many solutions that you can bring to your business by thinking outside of the box. I thank you for sharing this with us. And thank you, Amy, for getting all of this put together and coordinating this. And this was great.
Thank you very much. Well, I let you guys go finish your meeting. Should I just leave the meeting, or is it going to be ending if I do that?
You're good. We're wrapping up for the day. So Christoph, thank you so much for everything. And for everybody else, we're going to see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
Thank you. Goodbye,
Thanks,
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.